Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Axel jam si Wave.
Yo, apply. Yo, luta do dede. Luta mo nulo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello? Ano lay waxal?
Bisul mu fine.
What?
Bisul mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave Axel Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. At Wave, Bisul mu fine. Wave, your money is yours.
Coffee time with Peter Gomez on West Coast Radio. It's 31 minutes past 9 o'clock. Next, we talk politics. And the political winds in the Gambia are shifting, and the United Democratic Party is right at the center of the storm. From local government victories to internal leadership reshuffles, the UDP finds itself both challenged and energized as the country inches closer to the 2026 elections. Today we speak with the party's official spokesman to unpack the headlines, the strategy, and the stakes. What vision does the UDP offer for a country grappling with youth frustration, institutional fatigue, and calls for reform? And how is the party positioning itself not just as an opposition force, but as a contender for national leadership? Almamy Taal is with us this morning. And Almamy, welcome back to West Coast Radio.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gomez, Uncle Peter, Koto Peter. I'm very pleased to be part of the Coffee Time with Peter Gomez today.
My heart is beating in my chest. You know what you just did to me.
Yes. This is one of those things. You read something and you thought it was something else. But my excuse is that Madam Taal is out of the country, so I had to be mom and dad for the boys this morning and get them ready. So my apologies, my sincerest apologies.
Well, listen, we apologize. We understand your apology, and you are apologize. You are forgiven. For a considerable stretch, your voice was absent, from political discourse, and during that time, all the messaging seemed to come from the media unit, headed then by Tambong Sedi, who has since resigned after the Talib Bensouda brouhaha. Was this by design, or was it all, circumstantial?
I'll preface the answer by saying that, Peter, I am an institutionalist. I believe in teamwork. And when I joined the United Democratic Party, I was appointed as the spokesperson of the party. More a spokesperson of the Secretary General and the party leader. I don't know my predecessor in the position, but I was appointed, and by virtue of that appointment, I was also a member of the National Executive. This was in 2017 when I just joined the party. It was not universally welcome. Some people said, this guy is just arriving on the party's platform. But thanks to the leadership at that time, people like Lamin Dambudiba, people like the Secretary General and party leader, and the former Administrative Secretary, Ambassador Ibrahim Ibu Mane. In fact, I think he was the one who either signed the letter or the letter was signed by Mr. Diba, the late Mr. Diba. So when I got into the executive, there was a congress in 2018. And I believe at that congress was also elected as the Secretary for Legal and Human Rights Affairs of the UDP. So I was wearing two caps. From 2018 to 2020, I was virtually the media unit of the UDP. And because it's a new position, or at least I was new to it, I became very, very visible to Gambians, and my voice was heard a lot. However, at the Congress of 2020, your good friend, Amadou Jammeh, was the first substantive elected a member of the Media and Communication Secretariat, if you like.
Yes.
So, as an institutionalist, I felt this is going to be a little of an overlap. But there was no need to make sunshine about it, because I knew Dr. Jammeh was very experienced. He is a media person. However, political communication was and he was a political scientist also. I mean, he gave me a lot of useful reading material, but he was on the ground all the time. So I continued in that role. But in 2022, at Congress again, Mr. Tombong Sedi, who I think is appropriate to pay fulsome tribute for the work he has been doing since 2022 as the head of the media group. But additionally, as an institutionalist, I felt that if I'm always asked by the media to elaborate on party positions when there are no party positions at that time, it puts me in a difficult position. I think you will remember one time I was asked, I said the party hasn't come up with a position.
Yes.
Then the journalist had a follow-up question to ask me, what is your opinion on this matter? And when I gave my opinion, a lot of the members of my party did not approve of it and did not like it, and some went outrightly and said so. So I think that is a contributory factor, that I came into the party as spokesperson, and for 2-3 years I was fulfilling the role completely. And then we had changes when you had elected offices. As an institutionalist, like I said, I think that the responsibility should be carried by that dedicated unit. And that is why for these past years, I have not been vocal in front of the mic, but be rest assured, my contribution, I'm consulted almost all the time. The party leader gives me specific assignments to convey messages for him. So that explains it. And to be frank with you, a lot of people have asked me. Some have even thought that I'm no longer the party spokesperson.
Exactly.
Yes.
I was going to say it's good that you are here today. I
Yes.
mean, speaking in your capacity as spokesman
Yes.
of the UDP, because a lot of people were saying Almamy has since ditched, the UDP. We might hear him resurface, at the NPP like Modu Sabali did.
For me, those kind of comments, I do hear them. And in a democratic society, I think if you choose to be in public life, you cannot avoid scrutiny. You cannot avoid becoming accountable to the public that you seek to serve. And I think it's all fair. However, we must focus not on the personalities. We must build a winning team. We must accept that every team needs a captain. You are a great football enthusiast. I think every Gambian knows that. But Ronaldo, one of the greatest footballing legends in the world, his country never won the World Cup. Not at least when he was a member of the Portuguese national
Are you
team.
a Messi over a Ronaldo? Because Messi finally did achieve that, didn't he, with Argentina?
Yes. But I mean, it reminds me even to my own favorite sport, basketball. Michael Jordan, at the early part of his career,
They never won the Olympic Games.
yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so a team leader is always a necessity. But teamwork, I absolutely think that is the best way to, especially developing developing economies like ours. We need to pull together, Peter. We need to build winning teams.
All right. Speaking of winning teams, I mean, recently, the talk is all around the outcome of the flag bearer selection process. The internal selection saw Mr. Dabo emerge once again as, the flag bearer out of a pool of 10, not counting, the withdrawal of Talib Bensouda. What does this outcome say about the party's internal democracy and its appetite for continuity?
Some believe that this was a golden opportunity to introduce a new generation of leadership. But in a democratic society, in a democratic organization, we always have to respect the majority view, even though we may believe that this is the opportunity that maybe all of us or some of us have been waiting for. It just shows, once again, how resilient the United Democratic Party is. It has been able to pull out a very deep bench of talented leaders who have proven themselves time and again. But it is right, Peter, to talk a little bit at length about His Excellency, the former Vice President. Alhaji Ousainou Darboe in 2016 was not a candidate, but it was in his name that the coalition 2016 was able finally to defeat democratically a dictator who has been blighting and destroying the life of this nation. But Mr. Darboe didn't go to prison for a picnic. Solo Sandeng was killed in broad daylight by the state. Now, those who were coming of age in 2016 may have voted for the first time for a president in 2021. I mean, practically everybody born in the 21st century in the Gambia may having their second presidential election next year. So these people probably, especially the youth segment, would not understand or recognize the tremendous sacrifice and contribution that Alhaji Ousainou and his companions, some of them are passed on. So really, his return to the helm of the party's pickings is a signal that in as much as we would like change, continuity in certain respects makes a difference in the life of a democratic organization. You subject yourself to elections, and some choose voluntarily to withdraw, some choose to participate all the way. And when the outcome is known, I think the proper thing as a party faithful, as a person who, for principal reasons, you are participating in the political process, you have to accept that, or honorably say that, well, this outcome is not what I expected, and for that reason, maybe I want to step back, or maybe I want to resign from the party. I mean, I think it just shows the beauty of democratic organizations.
Some people describe the, contest as fierce. What were some of the criteria that tipped the scales in favor of Mr. Darboe, particularly over Amadou Sane, is it? And
yes,
Bori
Toure,
yes.
Yes. Well, I mean, with political affiliations and affinities, one has to really look at charisma, the overall profile of the personality. Mr. Darboe, for the last 29, 30 years, has been known not only as a formidable political leader, but one of Gambia's greatest lawyers. So I think these are more personal qualities than technical criteria, because Amadou Sane has equally served with distinction this country and has also been imprisoned because of his political leanings. Bori Toure is a formidable and a very impressive legal practitioner of the Gambia. So the intangibles come into play. Someone like Mr. Darboe is seen as a constitutionalist, is seen as a fierce and fearless leader. And the majority of the UDP, those who participated in the process, decided that he is still the best option for the party to lead.
This marks the 6th time he will be leading the UDP into a presidential election. How does the party reconcile fierce loyalty to its, founding figure with calls for generational renewal? You mentioned it at the beginning. It's both, an opportunity and a challenge.
Indeed, there is no question about it. And I think in my responses, I have tried to establish the factors that go into making a winning team. And because of he has been the most valuable player, the biggest asset of the party for so long, and the majority in a democracy that is it. I mean, America has re-elected Trump, who was convicted of so many things. Yeah. So really, a democratic organization, many factors go into it. But I think renewal is extremely important. I mean, the most successful political parties in the world have done that. They have put in place mechanisms to ensure an orderly renewal process, because we are all mortal, Peter. In the final analysis, this is what I heard from one of the speeches of President John F. Kennedy, that, no matter what you are trying to do, you want your children to do better. You want them to grow up with hope. So in a democratic organization, it's always difficult to ascertain to the last degree what is the motivation of the majority. The mind of the majority is very difficult to determine. But we have heard this, that he has been a candidate for 6 times. People should also remember that for all the 4 times that he was a candidate, the Gambia, I think there was a consensus, was under one of the most brutal dictatorship that Africa has ever seen. Every election was a time for either sacrifice or attack on people like your friend Deda Haidara. They were assassinated just for writing an opinion piece on a Monday mornings. The great Gambian lawyer Usman Silla, an attempt was. So it was a very difficult time of our political history. We don't litigate the past, or one shouldn't litigate the past, but we should learn the lessons. What are the abiding lessons of leadership that is not tolerant and open to bring in everybody, and to subject itself to the democratic wishes of the people? So I think, yes, continuity is a good thing, but renewal is an inevitable thing. We should really, as a political party, be as reflective of the demographic as possible. We should be able to represent their aspirations. We should bring not only hope back, but we should sketch a vision that goes into the future, empowering especially the young people, because they are the ones who did not ask to be brought here. We are their fathers, we are their grandfathers and mothers, So it is extremely important that every generation accept that responsibility, that there will come a time a new generation will have to take over. The work of nation building, like we said, is a team effort, and is an ongoing effort.
Okay. So how do you respond to those who say the party missed an opportunity to rebrand? Because there are those who feel that the party's reliance on lawyer Usainu Dabo signals stagnation.
In a way, an opportunity, whenever it presents itself, is either to be harnessed and monetized or capitalized upon to get to the next stage. But again, like I said, we have a big tent. We have a lot of very capable leaders. And in my books, the main function of leadership is to create more leaders. And yes, this opportunity was there. The majority of the party chose to stay with tried and tested leadership.
He's called for unity and discipline within the party. So what is the party doing to ensure this discipline and unity, cohesion within the party, especially online?
I think we have to be honest with ourselves as leaders of the party, that self-inflicted wounds are easier to heal than blows that are coming from externally. For us to even be at this problem was precipitated by party members throwing jabs at each other on public platforms. And these self-inflicted wounds have metastasized into a tense period. But it's a very brief episode, and I think the party leaders call for unity and for reconciliation and for a rededication to our purpose. Because for me, I have always said to people, this is a team effort. Nation building is a team effort. We cannot afford to be at each other's throats on very trivial matters. Our politics must be about purpose. What is the purpose of this effort? The effort is to reconcile Gambians. We see every day people trying to divide Gambians on ethnic lines, on religious lines, on regional lines. So these are all things that really take away from the common good, from the common effort to bring our diverse people together around an agenda of progress into the future. So his call for unity is the right call. But we should stop having self-inflicted wounds on the body of our politics, on the body of our party. We can do that by being as measured as possible. Earlier we started with that. Some people think that, when you have the mic in front of you, you can say anything. You can express that you are a brave heart, that you are some, fearless gladiator. You have to tell the truth, those kind of things. I mean, a political party is a free, voluntary association, and we are bound to have different shades of opinion, and nuance is the name of the game. You have to be inclusive, but you have to be civil and respectful of differing opinions. And most importantly, we have to treat our institutions, all of them, political parties, government institutions, but as leaders, we have to accept that we are all under the rule of law. And when Peter Gomez asks you a question about UDP, you have to answer that question in a respectful way. You have to answer that question in a truthful way. It does not mean that Peter Gomez has a fight in this leadership, but he is trying to establish the bona fides of everybody involved in public affairs. Similarly, if a minister of state, if a head of an NGO, anybody who comes here must believe that accountability is the name of public life. You have to do things in a transparent way that can convince your colleagues or even your adversaries that you have the best interests of our country at heart.